Welcome to Retro Video Playback and episode 32 of Tape Talk Tuesday. This week I'm taking a look at the John Hughes coming-of-age classic, 16 Candles on VHS. I've got two versions of 16 Candles on VHS, one from 1984 and the other from 1992. Overall, very similar, with all of the same elements, but with slight changes to the layout, along with updated production company logos. I've looked at other movies on Tape Talk Tuesday where MCA did similar re-releases, where just the logos were updated, including American Graffiti on episode 6 and Back to the Future on episode 11. I'll go over the tapes and point out the differences as we make our way. While this is the second John Hughes movie to appear on Tape Talk Tuesday, the first being Christmas Vacation in episode 10, 16 Candles is the first movie that fits into what would go on to be John Hughes' signature movie style. A teen coming-of-age story portraying the everyday woes facing young adults, often portrayed by Molly Ringwald and Anthony Michael Hall, both of whom appear as primary characters in 16 Candles, and who appear here on the cover of these VHS. With the aesthetic of the 1980s a natural background to John Hughes' stories, they were underscored by his keen music sensibility, which, interestingly, for 16 Candles prior to 2003, home media releases of the movie, due to some rights issues, contained a different score than releases after 2003. So these two copies of the VHS have different music throughout than what viewers would have heard during the original theatrical run of the movie, and from this Blu-ray from 2016. This is confirmed by the little notice on the back of the VHS that reads, "Home video version, some music rescored." What's allowed John Hughes movies to live on over the years and to resonate with new generations is the accuracy of the portrayal of American youth. Don't get me wrong, things have certainly changed in the 41 years since the release of 16 Candles. Each new generation of teenagers seem to establish new norms for themselves as a group. New music, new clothing, new slang. But at the core of most teenagers, I won't say all, is a certain vulnerability, a desire to fit in, a fear of rejection. And while that sort of thing even exists in adults, it's all the more present in young people. That's what John Hughes was able to capture in his scripts and display on screen through the actors. And that's why his movies have resonated with so many people over the decades and generations. The front cover of 16 Candles is a pretty straightforward one. It's got a clean, plain white background with gray in the lower part of the cover. The primary image of the cover is the same on both versions, featuring the movie's three primary characters. Farmer Ted, aka The Geek, portrayed by Anthony Michael Hall,
Nice manners, big.
who's looking seductively at Sam Baker, played by Molly Ringwald,
Chronologically, you're 16 today. Physically, you're still 15.
and who's looking longingly at Jake Ryan, played by Michael Scheffling.
Would it be possible for you to tell me if there is a Samantha Baker there? And if so, sir, may I converse with her briefly?
The 1984 version looks a little more washed out, while the 1992 version looks a little more clear. On the 1984 version, the movie title, 16 Candles, in a font that's meant to look like handwriting, is below the characters and in white with a blue underline, and on the 1992 version, it's above them and in all blue. At the top of the 1984 box and a bit down from the top on the 1992 box, in red, it reads, "It's the time of your life that may last a lifetime." On the 1984 cover, there's an MCA home video production logo just below the movie title. On the 1992 version, the logo has been updated to MCA Universal and has relocated to the bottom right of the cover. The tops and the spines of the box contain the same handwriting font for the movie title. You'll also notice that the 1984 version is gray, while the 1992 version is a faded blue. The back of the boxes of these copies of 16 Candles on VHS are similar but have many differences, like the background color, similar to the spines, the copyright information moving to the top of the 1992 version, and a couple of other minor shifts in the formatting. What both versions clearly have in common are the one single image, something I don't think you see too often on the back of movies. The image is a shot from near the end of the movie of Sam and Jake, a birthday cake between them. I'm torn on how I feel about the use of this image on the back of the 16 Candles VHS box. It's possibly the most famous still from the movie, and it's romantic, and it represents the birthday theme of the movie, but at the same time, it also kind of spoils the movie a bit. Not that 16 Candles is this twist-filled thriller with a surprise ending. Below the image is the write-up. It's Samantha Baker's Sweet 16, and no one in her family remembers the important occasion. John Hughes, the writer of National Lampoon's Vacation, shows how coming of age can be full of surprises in this warm-hearted teenage comedy starring Molly Ringwald. She's your average teen, enduring creepy freshmen, spoiled siblings, confused parents, and the big blonde on campus who stands between her and the boy of her dreams. But wait. The day isn't over yet. This sparkling film features a dynamic score and outstanding performances by Paul Dooley, Emmy winner Blanche Baker, and Oscar nominee Justin Henry. The tape labels both have the handwriting movie title from the box, but what is this? What in the world were they thinking with this label? This Canada Universal Studios home video all-over print makes the print on the label borderline illegible. Some of the best movies to watch on VHS are horror movies, but right there with them are those 80s movies that provide that bittersweet sense of nostalgia. 16 Candles fits this bill and feels right on VHS as a nostalgic trip for many viewers back to their youth and to a simpler time, with something a little extra that's hard to describe, but that's unique to a John Hughes movie. Something that will remain as present as time itself. With that, we find ourselves at the end of our discussion of 16 Candles on VHS and the end of episode 32 of Tape Talk Tuesday. What movie brings you the most nostalgia? Is it an 80s teen comedy from your childhood? An obscure movie your family just happened to have on video? An animated movie? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching Retro Video Playback.